Welcome. Today I'd like to talk about heart-based resilience. The year is 1969. A boy is sitting on the floor in front of his family's black and white TV. He has a Lego rocket in his hand that he built painstakingly. There's a moonshot by the US happening on the screen, and he wants to just blast that rocket off, pretending that he is right there with these great heroes. The place is Cold War West Germany. This is ground zero for nuclear missile strikes. Any day could be the end. This was a country divided by a wall. This was a country divided by political systems. It had US military occupation. All of this was extremely overwhelming. Why is this happening to me? The boy asked. His heart was very heavy. Just breathe. Fast forward, 1979. Hey son, this is your new father. We're all moving to the United States. Ausgezeichnet, aber ich kann kein Englisch. Und ich kenne niemanden. Yes, that's true. But you need to learn the language, and you have 2 months to do so. Now, this just made me extremely overwhelmed, and all I could say, my heart was pounding by all of this extreme stress. Just breathe and relax. All right, time warp. 2016. It's a beautiful day out, and I'm riding my horse. What a great experience to be on the back of my steed. Wham! Bam! Tree! Water! Crunch! Bones! Ambulance? Spinal trauma unit. Staring at the ceiling with a neck brace. Will I be able to walk again? My heart was beating in a beautiful cadence, and it was letting me know, you're gonna be all right. This time I knew that things were happening for me and not to me. Just breathe, relax. It'll be all right. So I'd like to ask all of you, please raise your hand if you've ever had an experience of a severe shock to your system. That's what I thought. Now, how do you react when there's a severe shock to your system? For me, must make choice, time, pressure. I'd be lost. Eek! Right? There's fight, there's flight, and freeze. By the way, think about this. Have you ever tried to do all three at once? Now, I always thought that these moments had to be handled with masculine, assertive energy. I mean, things like push through it, get it done, go, 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 be a man. So I did, even if it felt like death. And when it was done, I kind of had a feeling there must be something more to this than my head telling me what to do. And come to realize, it was right there, my heartbeat. Just relax. So I did, even when it felt like death. I mean, honestly, was my head the only thing that was going to give me answers? Is there something else that could help me get through this? Just breathe, relax. It'll be all right. I always felt my heart pounding when there were shocks, always. And I knew it was knocking, but for the likes of me, I just did not know or realize all I had to do was answer. Now that I'm older and wiser, did I really learn anything? I think so. And in all honesty, this is what I'd like to share with you today. I believe that when there's a severe shock to your system, it's actually a wonderful gift wrapped up to help you. It's an opportunity to cast off old programs, to get rid of those social masks. Think of it this way. It's sort of like a reformat. So it's time for you to design your authentic, heart-based life. Breathe. Relax. It'll be all right. A study done by Carol Izard found that emotions are an integral part of the human consciousness. Emotions are part of our neurobiological core. So, why are emotions so important? He believed that unbridled imagination, just think about that for a second. Sit back like a small child and just let your imagination run free. What will happen is that at our core will allow us to up-level our consciousness. So emotions are what are required for us to grow as a human being. So the science supports that we can free ourselves. And now it's time to be an emotional warrior. You have to be like a tree. A tree is yielding, which means it can bend, and at the same time, it's sturdy. So it's sturdy enough to withstand, but at the same time, savvy enough to yield so it won't just break. A tree knows how to live a long and strong, resilient life. A tree has an amazingly interconnected root system. It's connected to other trees instantly. And at the same time, it has branches that have the leaves which nourish, but at the same time they'll fall and replenish, and the tree gets to continue growing and growing, and it is yielding and it is sturdy, and that is the life of an emotional warrior. A tree exudes natural resilience. It knows how to live within the laws of nature, and therefore it embraces change, but it also knows continuity. Just breathe. Relax. Be a tree. Now there are two guys in the back, millennials for sure, and they're back here tweeting, and they're going, hey, did he just say be a tree? Hashtag, yep, be a tree. Let's say you just lost your job. Now, by all rights, that's a shock to your system. An emotional warrior asks, why is this happening for me? Not why is it happening to me? Really, do you just default back to your old loops of thinking, of negativity and self-doubt? Just breathe. Relax. Be a tree. Now, those are major events. You might ask, what about the small stuff? That's what we deal with every day. Agreed. The small stuff does chisel away really hard. Think of the sideline comments that people will say just to get into your head. Maybe they don't mean it to get in your head, but they get in your head. Things like, who do you think you are? What are you doing? Your stuff never pans out. Anything you've tried just fizzles away. And there you go. You're faced with having to have this resilience. So what do? Well, it starts very simple. Just breathe. Relax. Be the tree. So how can you be an emotional warrior? Well, you're going to tap into your heart. There they go again. My little snowflakes. Tweeting hashtag heart. Yes, the heart. It beats life, it gives life. Neurologist Dr. Andrew R. Moore in Canada, which then was supported by studies done from the HeartMath Institute in California. They show that the heart actually contains cells just like the brain does. They're types of neurons, and these are called sensory neurons. And these sensory neurons, are approximately 40,000 of them in the heart. They think, they can feel, they can sense, they react just like the brain, and most likely faster because they don't have to think about things, they know. These neurites communicate with the brain. So we could honestly argue that now the heart is intelligent and that it really contains its own type of consciousness. So we have a heart-based consciousness. And in that consciousness, we have resilience. Just breathe. Relax. Be the tree. So now it's time to assemble a set of skills and tools that center around heart-based resilience. So how do you tap into this heart-based consciousness? Well, it starts with a conviction or an intention. Pick something that you're passionate about. I mean, the great Gandhi told us, be the change that you want to see in the world. So you have to pick something and really stick to it. You have this intuitive stick-with-itness. You have to get your foundation solid. And at that point, you are the tree. Yielding and solid at the exact same time. You want peace in the world? Be peaceful. So with that intention, touch the center of your chest. And now you're starting to focus in on the heart. You're going to breathe in 5 seconds, and you're going to breathe out 5 seconds. Breathe in 5 seconds, out 5 seconds. And because you're touching right here, you're going to have your focus of your mind right here. There won't be any distractions. So with this heart-centered breathing, you're now going to enter a state known as coherence. Coherence means that the heart, which typically has a rhythm that's nice and slow, and the brain, whose rhythms tend to be really fast and chaotic, they're going to start to sync up. So what is this sort of fiasco dance at first? By breathing in, it's going to eventually syncopate, and it gets this beautiful pattern where the mind, the brain, is now dancing with a rhythm that comes from the heart. With heart-mind coherence, you're going to feel, you're going to see, and you're going to believe that you are and that you can be resilient. So you know how people, etch their names into a tree, and I'm sorry to the tree, but if you were going to etch something, imagine that you put in there, which is your own tree. You, the tree, are etching into yourself heart-based resilience. So imagine the scene. You're standing in front of this really beautiful set of woods with tall, tall trees, and the wind is kind of blowing through there enough that it's not just a rustle, but it's actually starting to move the trees. And the trees are starting to bend this way a little bit, then they come back. They bend this way a little bit, then they come back. So now imagine that you're standing underneath there, and you're looking up, and what you see is this. And you start to follow this. And the entrainment that starts to happen, if you touch your chest, is that you can't help but simply become part of this dance, where you, the tree, actually just syncopate to the beauty of those trees. And all of a sudden, you are at one with the whole process. It's really amazing how, looking back throughout our history as people, we've used the word heart all over the place. So we say things such as, from the heart, know the heart, I wear my heart on the sleeve, a heart of gold, dear to my heart, cross my heart, it does your heart good, follow your heart. My heart goes out to the heart of hearts, you're young at heart, pour your heart out. So with all of these examples, I hope it shows that the heart is the center of resilience. So from now on, if there's a shock, all you have to do is drop into your heart, breathe, relax. It'll be all right. Be the tree, and you will instantly experience heart-based resilience. Time warp. There he goes again. Hashtag do. Well, yeah, it works. All right, so now here we are. It's 2020. It's time to see events in your life as gifts so that you can be the hero that your heart knows and wants you to be. And you are going to live a heart-based, resilient life. So guess what? Congratulations, because you are all now emotional warriors. Thank you for your time.